Trsnsition on Atlantic Television Network. Has commissioned cold chain used for the preservation and storage of vaccines in the primary healthcare sector of the local government area. Executive Chairman, who disclosed this during the commissioning of the cold chain at the Council Secretariat Complex in Emoha, said his administration is committed to building stronger institutions towards the achievement of dividends of democracy. He also said plans are underway to ensure that another medical outreach is held by December this year, adding that over 168 people benefited from the 2023 medical outreach held at the Council Secretariat.
Open 48.6% was used for capital expenditure, and we were able to drastically reduce the running costs of government. And that is why you find projects like the diesel tank. People will ask, why build a diesel tank? What is that for? The reason is that we plug the leakages in government so that it will not become a recurring decimal. That every day you are buying diesel with 50 liter jerrycan. It gives the impression of people who are not ready. Now, once you feel that 15,000 capacity diesel tank, you will be able to know whether it will last for a month or two, depending on usage. And we felt that the best thing to do is to begin to build strong institutions in this place, so that you lay proper foundation for people after you.
Yes, Professor Olu Ene, while describing Chidi Lloyd as the pride of Emoha local government area, also spoke on the significance of the coal aid chain to the primary health sector.
You are the pride of Emoha local government area. You'll be getting ordinary water for vaccine. They will be getting vaccine. The MOH told you. So that when what you get is what you are supposed to get. That is the importance of the cold chain. If you see how people carry this vaccine, that's why sometimes when they call me in the school where my children are attending, they say they came, they want to give us. I said, no, don't worry. Tell them they no give them, may they no give them. Because you are not sure of the cold chain, whether it's not broken or it's broken, and you give poison to children instead of the drug. Because these drugs are chemical. The moment they are not kept at the condition for which they will be stored, they are denatured and they turn to another thing. They could become toxic. And you are still giving to the children. You can imagine. So a chairman that has thought about this and said, no, this will not happen, not in my own local government. I will provide what is necessary to make sure that that does not happen. does not require applause, except it comes to share money.
Also speaking, the head of medical outreach in Emoha Local Government Council, Dr. Mrs. Deborah Amalayo, said the cold chain will serve as components for preservation and storage of vaccines in the primary healthcare sector.
There will be a break in the way our vaccines are preserved. So this project is very apt, very important that we have such an important is put up for us so that our vaccines are preserved. They have the potency is preserved. At a point in time that the vaccines are administered to anyone, we know that what the person is receiving is what the person should receive. So the cold chain is one aspect of one component. What the cold chain building is one component of the cold chain that is important to us in primary health care. We talk about transportation of our vaccines, and then it is brought in here, and there is a storage facility for it, which is a cold chain here. And then we have trained personnel that are able to handle the cold chain and that are able to also administer vaccines to the people of Emoha local government area. So I really want to appreciate us all for coming here.
National Chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, who was arrested in Benin, Edo State capital by operatives of Zone 5 Police Headquarters, has been released on bail, adding that his arrest was a result of a petition forwarded to the zone from the office of the Inspector General of Police in Abuja. He said his persecution meant to destabilize the party, which started after the general election in 2023. Abure said the state chairman, Kelly Ogbaloy and the state youth leader were still being held and would likely be released later today. Nigerian Women for Agricultural Progress says it is partnership with the William Uchemba Foundation to empower women farmers with a desire to developing and prioritizing agribusiness in Africa for food security and well-being of the people. National Coordinator of Nigerian Women for Agricultural Progress, Farmer Molara Simpson, who disclosed this at a one-day training and empowerment program for women farmers in Imo State, said the foundation has distributed some inputs to support the initiative to grow agriculture at the grassroots to guarantee food security in Nigeria. Farmer Omolara called on philanthropists, stakeholders and facilitators to do everything possible to invest massively in agriculture to bridge the gap of poverty and lack of food in Nigeria.
It is time for us to return back to the basics. And what's the basics? Farming. There is no pride in any state that cannot feed herself in Nigeria, basically. So we have billionaires, millionaires in every state that are not investing in agriculture. We see what the Williams Uchemba Foundation has done here today. They have made available inputs for our women under the Nigerian Women for Agricultural Progress. And this is what we are asking and pleading, that we should not just leave this burden for the government alone. There is a whole lot that we can do. How many millionaires or billionaires are there in Imo State, for instance? And I got to hear today that there is not a single silo in Imo State. And we have multi-billionaires building mansions everywhere.
Founder of William Uchemba Foundation, who was represented by his father, Chief Uchemba, the zonal coordinator of Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide in Imo State, the love and goodwill demonstrated by his son to focus on agriculture in order to put food on the table of people who was a welcome development that appears to be his calling, and prayed to God to expand his coast for goal achievements. He assured that the President Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Owayawu, is preparing to hold a stakeholders meeting on food security and to give agribusiness a priority in the southeast region.
Very, very much appreciated, very encouraging. I welcome it. I support it because it will go a long way to help our women in agriculture. If you know Williams Uchemba, you find him when there is a crisis situation anywhere, in families, in organizations. He goes out to help. If you know him well, his second name is helping people. This is the first time he's partnering with anybody to do anything in Imo State, his home state. He's been doing quite a lot in other states of the Federation. Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Cross River, mention them. He's been doing quite a lot. He comes to the rescue of the downtrodden, of the less privileged. That's what I may call his calling.
Okay, sir. Women.
The stakeholders and women farmers who participated in the one-day training and empowerment workshop expressed their gratitude to William Uchemba for taking the bold step to support agribusinesses to become the leading lights that will bring about sustainable development in Imo State and the country at large.
We have been calling and clamoring for so many things on ground for us to move on into this agriculture. We have some seedlings, fine, but there are implements. We have something like harvesters, we have tractors. These are the things we need: harvesters, tractors, planters, and the improved seedlings like cassava stem, like Uche Williams did in providing the seedlings like cucumber, okra, tomatoes, and what have you. We are calling on our individuals, our politicians, our philanthropists to come to the aids of women. The women are out now. We are ready. As in Igbo, they said, "Akajaja buteronu mano mano." We are no longer clamoring for hunger. We are not going into the farm to make sure that foods are fully on the table.
One of the basic encouragements is from a woman from Kogi State, the North Central Coordinator, to be live in Imo State today. Because I was so happy when I heard about this empowerment, and with the national president that we have, has so much passion to see that Nigeria kick what they say hunger out of this country. To me, it's quite disgraceful to say that we are suffering, saying there is no food in Nigeria, when we have all that it takes for us to be able to feed ourselves. Food should be the least of the problems that we should be calling in this country.
And I am here to collaborate with Nigeria Women in Agricultural Progress for what they are doing, because this is the time we'll join hands together, all the association, into the one umbrella for us to achieve our goal. And again, we've trained over 3,000 women last year into agriculture under Songhai, because we partner with MasterCard. So I'm happy and I'm glad on the way from being sponsored by our governor to be here. Tomorrow we are moving to Abuja because of this movement. I am here and I'm glad to be here.
Trade Union Congress has stopped the planned two-day nationwide protest declared by the Nigeria Labour Congress over the high cost of living, inflation, insecurity and hardship in the country. The Vice President of the TUC, Tommy Etim, said the decision to protest on February 27 and 28, as announced by the NLC, was not taken collectively but by both unions, adding that in the letter dated February 19, 2024, by its Secretary General, Dr. Nuhu Toro, said the NLC unilaterally took the decision on the planned protest, while the Department of State Services warned organized labor against the planned mass action, saying it could be hijacked. This is coming after the NLC had on February 16 declared a two-day protest, which would begin after the expiration of the 14-day ultimatum it issued to the federal government, which will expire on February 22nd today. While warning was on account of the alleged failure of the government to implement the agreements reached on October 2nd following the removal of the fuel subsidy and other economic reforms which had triggered higher transportation costs, inflation and general hardship, the NLC and TUC earlier on February 8 gave two-week ultimatum to the government to meet demands ranging from wage increments to improved access to public utilities and accused it of failing to uphold pledges to soften the impact of reforms after an emergency National Executive Council meeting on the state of the economy and matters related to insecurity in the country, while the NLC President Joe Ajaero also accused the federal government of failing to implement the agreement reached in October. You are watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We return after this break.
When peace like
the Jogu family of Umunna in Amuju in Isu local government area of Imo State cheerfully mourn the demise of their daughter, sister and mother, prophetess Kola Ijoma Ejogu, whose event occurred on Saturday, 5th of January 2024 at UPTH. Burial arrangement, night of tribute. Date is Thursday, the 29th of February 2024. Time is 4 p.m. and venue is Wish Complex, Wish Avenue Radio Estate, NTA Road, Uzoba, Port Harcourt. Burial service, Order of God of Abraham Ministries. Date Sunday, the 3rd of March 2024. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Umunna in Izu, local government area of Imo State. Retirement follows immediately after service. She is survived by Mrs. Roslyn Obona, mother, Raphael, Richard, and Wisdom sons. Sonny Ejogu, Chukwu Ejogu, Chukwudi Ejogu, as brothers. She and Sebastian sister. May her soul rest in peace. Sign, Apostle Sonny Ejogu and Senior Leader Raphael Ukudiri Ejogu on behalf of the family.
Welcome back. This is The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. Now the rest of our stories. Senate has confirmed 17 nominees as commissioners of the National Population Commission. This is coming after President Bola Tinubu had asked the upper chamber to screen and confirm 19 nominees as NPC commissioners. According to Senator Abdul Ningi in his report to lawmakers, says only 17 nominees appeared for screening before the Committee on National Identity and Population and met requirements for confirmation. During his presentation, Senator Ningi added that nominees representing Ogun and Ondo states did not appear for screening due to political tussle in the states.
Mrs. Mary Ishaya Afan, representing Plateau, also appeared and was screened. Mr. Sani Sali, representing Taraba, also appeared, was screened. Finally, Mr. Ogiri Itokinan Henry, representing Rivers, also appeared, was screened. Took a diligent time, and we feel these are worthy nominees to be confirmed by the Senate, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Bishop Alex Ukam, representing Cross River State, for appointment as Commissioner for the National Population Commission? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Nomination of Bishop Alex Ukam, representing Cross River State, is hereby confirmed.
House of Representatives has urged the National Identity Management Commission to collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Health, partner agencies, hospitals, and other relevant agencies to enroll, register, and generate NIN for all Nigerian citizens and residents upon birth. They also urge Commission and partner agencies to urgently resolve the issues for a seamless and nationwide NIN registration and card issuance. This followed adoption of a motion by Honorable Olamjunwo Alao Akala with the title Call for Better Service in the Production of National Identity Number. Presenting the motion, the Honorable Alao Akala noted that the National Identification Number is a security measure used to match individuals with their biometric data, tie all records in the database, and establish or verify their identity. He observed that Nigerians face adverse experiences during registration despite various enrollment options and service centers, with most Nigerians yet to collect their NIN cards despite successful registration. According to the lawmaker, NIN is the foundational ecosystem of identifying Nigerians, and its functional identification purpose will be defeated if all citizens cannot access their unique national identification number.
That the function of the Council of Legal Education to oversee legal education in Nigeria includes deciding the cost of tuition and other services rendered to students of Nigerian law school. Aware that Nigeria is currently facing a 27.33% inflation rate, as reported by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, which is projected by trade economics to rise to 30.00% by December 2023. Concerned that in exercising its function, the Council of Legal Education has approved a 60% increase in Nigerian law school fees from 296,000 naira to 476,000 naira for the 2023-2024 Bar Part 2 academic section. Also aware that the 2023 to 2024 Bar Part 2 academic section commenced in January 2024 with no time given to prospective students to raise.
Related development, the House of Representatives has directed the Council of Legal Education to put in abeyance the recent 60% increase in the school fees of the Nigeria Law School, adding that the decision is sequel to adoption of a motion by the Minority Leader of the House, Kingsley Chinda, and read on his behalf during plenary by Jinja Owunsibe. The House mandated its relevant committees on justice and tertiary education and services to explore solutions to the issue at hand and report back within 2 weeks.
Aware that the National Identity Management Commission regulates national identity in Nigeria, offering services like national identification number enrollment and issuance, national e-ID card, among others. Also aware that the National Identity Commission is responsible for managing Nigerians' national identity database, registering individuals, assigning unique names, NIN, and issuing general multipurpose cards, GMPCs. The House observes that Nigeria faced arduous experience during registration, despite various enrollment options and service centers, with most Nigerians yet to collect their NIN cards despite successful registration. Cognizant that NIN is the foundational ecosystem of identifying Nigerians, and its functional identification purpose will be defeated if all Nigerians cannot access their unique national identification number. Aware.
And that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining us. I am Valentina Lawrence. You can follow us on all our social media platforms: on X, Atlantic TV Net, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram, Atlantic TV Network, or you can watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you. Have a lovely morning.
people into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourable Student,
you human trafficker.
Honourable Student,